This is the work of the ancients, digging deep into an Irish bog, pulling up earthy chunks of thousand-year-old fuel. It's also a full-contact sport.
Oh.
What the boss are you watching out?
Welcome to my childhood.
Sculptor Connor Lane and his father Morris have been working with acclaimed chef Kevin Thornton since 2011. Today, they're going to introduce me to an ingredient that I'd never expect. Then again, it seems the bog is full of things you'd never expect.
When you jump,
But you can feel
you
the
should
spring.
be able to feel the vibrations.
Oh, absolutely.
Here in County Kildare and throughout Ireland, a peat bog is a source of death and decay and ultimately life. Thousands of years of decomposed plants and trees have compressed and transformed into fuel called turf. Connor and Morris harvest this fuel with the same simple tools that have been used for centuries.
It's because of this is why Ireland is now a republic.
Exactly.
More than 20% of the heat produced for Irish homes still comes from turf. Once it's harvested, the blocks of turf are stacked and dried for burning.
You know, it's 8 inches, so a couple hundred years old at least.
The rule of thumb is that each foot down represents roughly 1,000 years of decay. Most of the time, that digging reveals peat and little else. Every now and then, something miraculous is unearthed.
About a kilometre, maybe 2 kilometres across the bog there, this body was found, and they found the scalp first. And then they realised it was a human. They thought it was an animal.
And it was an ancient man.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't Murray from down at the pub.
No,
All right.
no.
Who had fallen in the crack.
You could see the plaits in the beard still intact. You could see the broken fingernails and the fingerprints still clear. It's
preserved it
perfectly
perfectly.
preserved.
Because of the anaerobic environment.
Yeah, and the acid that these
Right.
ferns produce.
It's just incredible.
Yeah, it's a very, very rich history.
So now, is this the chunk that you discovered?
Yes.
Oh, that's exciting.
1996, I think it was.
For 18 years, a piece of ancient history sat in Morris Lane's freezer.
Oh, come on.
Smell it.
That's butter.
Wow. Amazing. Wow.
Thousands of years ago, the people living in this part of Ireland churned butter, wrapped it in hay, and buried it in the bog. Exactly why? Nobody knows. In the summer of 1993, Morris discovered his first sample while cutting peat in the bog. That piece went to the Natural History Museum in Dublin for study. In 1996, he discovered a second sample. That piece stayed here in Morris's freezer.
Can I cut into it?
Oh, yeah.
Just a tiny bit.
Just like the bog oak in Connor's yard, this piece of history was dated at 3,000 years old by historians in Dublin. It's something only Morris and Connor have tasted until now.
You go to black bit.
Well, the taste is incredible. I mean, it's very hard to say whether it's good or not good. It's just that it's different. And you know, it's
But,
you know when it turns
Yeah.
as a cross between fermentation and rancid.
Well, yeah, there's spoilage and a lot of funk in there. A very strong fermented flavor and spoiled, corpse-ish.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really a crazy moldy finish to this.
Yeah.
Look, there's a piece of hay or straw.
Hey,
That's what it would have been wrapped in.
I'm still in shock that I'm actually tasting and playing with 3,000-year-old butter.
Domesticated cattle are thought to have been introduced into Ireland as early as 5,000 years ago. Still, the tastes here seem to indicate there was another animal helping out on the farm.
I'm going goat.
Yeah.
On second taste, as it's warming up. It's fat. I mean, right? I mean, aren't you? I mean, I can feel your brain moving a million miles an hour on this.
Today, Morris is allowing us a small slice of his priceless treasure. That gift will be the ingredient of honor in a dish prepared by Kevin at his restaurant back in Dublin.
This is it's a living piece of history. This is one of those sort of magical moments for me. I can't thank you enough. Oldest goat butter in the world. Seriously, who gets to eat this stuff? Us. Oh, yeah. Boy, you can smell the funk on that.
But the fat, no fat.
It's beautiful.
Situated on St. Stephen's Green in the heart of Dublin, this is Thornton's. It's where chef Kevin Thornton has blazed a trail celebrating Irish ingredients. His techniques are modern, his methods controversial. But anchoring it all is a passion for telling stories of the land, sea, and the Irish countryside. It's cooking that's earned him not one, but 2 Michelin stars.
I got news for you. Your excitement and passion comes exploding off of you. Yeah, like a petrol grenade. I mean,
Oh no, I get more excited than this.
do you really?
In Kevin's experience, a chef is only as good as his ingredients. Today, those ingredients include butter and oak, ripped from the Bronze Age, and a pair of County Wicklow pigeons, aged for 10 days in a bed of roasted Irish hay.
That protein has broken down and it is just butter tender. It's you let time and process do your work.
These pigeons will provide the vehicle for our bog butter, applied lightly to the skin and the pan.
Wow, gorgeous. That butter is essentially just disappearing and aromatizing
but
that
look,
bird too. No fat.
No fat whatsoever, right?
Where most fats would stay in the pan and provide a microclimate for cooking, the residual oils from our millennia-old goat butter are evaporated. So all the fetid flavor of the whey is present without being transformed by frying in its own oils. That's one curveball I didn't see coming. Here's another, courtesy of Connor's hand-harvested bog oak.
Wow, did you do anything to that?
No, nothing at all. Absolutely nothing.
That's just the dried wood.
It's just the dried wood. Yeah.
So that smoky,
So the smoking
deep
is
umami,
coming from...
it's just in the wood itself.
In the wood itself, yeah. And that's why it's really good for smoking, but all of it on its own is just too much. So we'll mix it with turf.
It's like a smoky fungus.
Yeah.
Bog oak, rosewood, and a few chunks of that boggy fuel we tossed around this morning are loaded into Kevin's high-tech glorified kitchen bong and readied for liftoff.
First time I did this was at a rock concert. I was teaching them how to cook with smoke.
Of course you were.
And this is when the magic is really...
Yes,
for,
right now.
So we leave this, and it's usually about 45 seconds.
The temperature change that's going on right now is actually just dropping down those phenols in the smoke onto the meat.
That's right.
When there's smoke, there's fire. A quick flambe of Kevin's homemade bog oak whiskey imparts a touch more flavor. A sauce of veal stock infused with even more bog oak finishes the job.
You know, it's got a beautiful bitterness to it. I mean, really nice, really light.
A touch of that sauce, delicately filleted butter-infused pigeon, and a side assortment of Irish potatoes, carrots, and dried shallot. That's how you make a meal for the ages.
Meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. When you taste that butter-glazed 10-year-old pigeon and this gorgeously bitter bog oak sauce, and then you do that to it, delicious.
Anchoring it all is that resplendent bog butter, waking more and more from its slumber each minute.
You get a slight sweetness from it, and you know the weird thing is that the bitterness from this morning is gone completely.
You could smell. It's not even present.
Yeah.
The cheesiness of this morning is not present. No, it's beautiful.
Food is about people and about coming together
Right.
and enjoying life for that moment. You know, that's the magic of life. And I think we have the most magical things here and any place else, and that's what makes us unique, you know?